What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Maverick here, and welcome to episode 22 of No Guns Live. I have been waiting for this episode because we finally get the showdown between Juzo, or 13, and 7, right? Two gunslave units that are actually removing their limiters and showing us a little bit of their powers during the Great Wars, right? So, man, I really want to see like what exactly they can achieve and accomplish and all that, and I think it's going to be a pretty hype battle. And not only that, we also get a little bit of an appetizer, a little bit of a side dessert, if you will, and that is Cronin versus what's that guy called again? Kanugi, I think, or something like that. You know, the guy from Spitsbergen who's now working with the corporation, right? So we got two side-by-side battles right there. I can't wait. Let's just get right into it right now. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Come on, let's see some good action. What did I say? Cronin is going to turn out to be quite the bro towards Juzo. And opening. Well, that was a nice little recap. So I guess we are going to see Cronin's battle first. A little appetizer, if you will. So it's not the dessert, it's the appetizer. But we all know what the main dish is. Sun just light the fire here, light the fire here. Light the fire here, light the fire here for me. Man, that part really gets me each time. That's a great segue into the chorus. And who wants to make a bet that Tetsuro is gonna be the hand for Juzo in order for him to overcome 7? Why are you bringing a knife to a gunfight, dude? Oh, good point. Oh. I guess this goes for both of you guys. Okay, so I guess it's not really an appetizer after all. It's a side dish. Hmm? Okay. Like, if he didn't, it's a good thing he has a hood. Otherwise, I would never be able to tell them apart. Oh, he finally talks. Well, actually, that's not true. He talked before. Oh, subjugation mode. Oof. Come on, Juzo, you should have known better than that. He's you. Oh, did he's... Is this like lower half literally... the devil's backbone? Oh, dual wield. I mean, if you think about it, people can carry two guns, right? What's he gonna do? I mean, that's cool. Everybody has their own values and whatnot. That's what makes people human. Oh. That is enough to action. Just like that. No, I think what Juzo wants isn't for you to use harmony. Just be his hands normally. Why can't he use it on 7? Like, if he uses it on 7, everything would be finished. Well, I'm glad that all of you guys are able to see what he's doing just at a glance. Like, is it just me? Why can't he just control 7 instead? Ooh. The gun in the stone. Oh. I wonder if before the end of all this, we'll get to see, like, what Juzo looked like before he became an overextended. Juzo's gonna take down 10 gunslave units by himself? So where is he now? Okay, so actually the scene where we saw him crying and transporting Juzo was actually his way here? there are different types of guns. From what? Oh, 5 is the leader. Yeah. Unfortunately, we all know the end. Ooh, he is pretty fast. But Juzo's like... Oh, what? Is he actually going to run though? They're gonna be trapped. You're all gonna be killed. But it's not like... Wait, what? I don't get it. I'm still so very suspicious out of all this. Wow, he really just... Oh. Oh, he's gonna shoot them all. Hmm? Very efficient. But like I said, we knew what was gonna happen. Damn. No. I abandoned him. What? Those two... Yeah. What he just said literally contradicted each other. Alright, we'll talk more after the end. See you guys. Alrighty, so we finally see the particulars of Juzo's backstory and whatnot, and how he killed all the other gunslave units from his squad, if you will. But then again, I feel like that has already been heavily implied for a long time now, and it really shouldn't come as a surprise that that's what he did, right? Of course, the circumstances might be a little bit different, but you know, I don't think this episode should come as a surprise to anyone, as in, you know, he was the one who killed the rest of the gunslave units, and etc, etc. Now, his wording at the very end there, I think I kind of get what he's trying to say. It's just not very being expressed that well, right? So the first part saying that he never made a decision up until that point, I think what he's referring to in terms of that point is actually when he was talking with what was it, 12, right? When he was talking with 12 and then making the conscious decision to actually round them all up into a trap and then eliminate them all in one shot. That was the decision, that was the actual choice that he made there. Instead of letting them go, he actually rounded them up and killed them all. Of course, I think technically, you could say that him actually accepting to do this mission would be a choice in of itself, right? Or otherwise, you know, going on missions, on other missions as well. Choosing to continue to obey the military orders is a decision in of itself, alright? So, you know, I kind of get what he's trying to say there, but I'm not sure if it's just a mistranslation issue, or, you know, he's just not really having a very good way of words. Okay, I kind of get that that was like a crossroads decision, if you will. But he's been making decisions even long before then, right? Because the thing that's kind of funny to me is that the second thing that he says directly contradicts the first one, right? Saying that, hey, it was the, you know, he kept on thinking that he had no choice, and it was the hands controlling him, but in fact, it was actually him deciding, right? Keyword deciding here, to carry on this sort of slaughter and eventually this final mission, and really his hands was just along there for the ride, right? Juzo made up his decision, and so his partner simply went along with this decision, right? He was never really Juzo's handler, he was never really Juzo's operator in a sense, because he considered them to be equals to each other. So if that were the case, then that also directly contradicts with his first point, right? Because if he didn't make a decision and it wasn't his partner's fault, then whose fault was it, right? That wouldn't really make sense. So he's long been making these sort of decisions, and that is why his partner is really only along for the ride. So you know, I just feel like that logic was kind of messy there, but I get what he's trying to convey, right? He's trying to say that, oh yeah, I think instead of saying I made a decision there, maybe instead he should have said that he was lying to himself in that he wasn't making decisions, but all along it was actually himself making these decisions, right? I feel like just that point would have been much better in terms of the point I was trying to make. So yeah, we get to see all that. In terms of the actual fight, so that was kind of disappointing, but I assume it will continue in the next episode once we get through this flashback and whatnot. We still have to wait to see Juzo fight 7. It wasn't really much of a fight this one. It wasn't really much of a fight on Cronen's side as well, right? That ended relatively early, courtesy of Juzo, actually. So yeah, that's just something that we're going to have to do another day. I don't know. Is this series actually going to be finished once the season ends? Or are they actually going to do, you know, is there actually some more? I'm not actually quite sure on that point. I'll have to check and see, right? It feels like there's a lot more story that we can go through, but, no, hard to say. Hard to say, right? What else? Oh, and then one also, I'm not quite sure if this is like also a logical fallacy or whatnot, but why didn't Tetsuro just use Harmony to control 7, right? Like, if he took control of 7, wouldn't this basically end this whole thing? Like, why do you have to go in such a roundabout way and use Harmony to control Juzo to unleash his power and allow him to fight against 7? Why not just control 7, right? Unless, of course, I don't know, maybe they mentioned it before, why he wasn't able to directly use Harmony on 7. Maybe he has some anti-Harmony devices implanted within him, or maybe the will of his hands is going to be higher than that of an actual hijacking from Harmony or whatnot. But I just thought that was kind of, you know, I'm not, maybe that's a plot hole in a sense where, you know, we could have avoided all of this and really just have Tetsuro control 7 and then defeat Pepper, and then everybody would be done and happy, right? So if I did kind of miss a key piece of dialogue in regards to why he couldn't do this, do let me know. And yeah, and that is it for this episode, right? In the next one, well, obviously Tetsuro's going to have to do a little bit of a heart-to-heart, or in this case, maybe a conscious-to-conscious with Juzo here. He's gonna get him back on his feet, and yeah, let's see what exactly it's going to be, right? I would assume the way that Tetsuro gets Juzo back on his feet might be saying, hey, you know, you didn't make the clear, or you didn't make the correct decision during that time. Try to make the correct decision now. Now is not the time to be sulking. Get on up and defeat 7, and also defeat the corporation, right? That's probably going to be a little pep talk by Tetsuro to Juzo. And I think that is it, right? So hopefully the hype that I was all prepared for in this episode, right? The big battle between 7 and Juzo is going to continue on and really manifest itself in the next episode. So looking forward to that one, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.